Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here on this Friday night. I'm Regina On. We do start off here with some developing news. The Adams County Sheriff says an Othello man is in custody and was in court today for killing 2 women and dismembering their bodies. Court documents say he admitted to those killings, and this is after deputies found one person dead inside a car. Washington State Crime Lab experts also found possible human remains in the trunk. Now, they made the discovery overnight in Othello. They spotted blood on the hood of the car. Now, it's unclear how the Adams County Sheriff's Office tracked down the 28-year-old suspect. He was arrested on 2 charges of first-degree murder. Bond is set at $1 million. Turning now to some breaking news. Hundreds of customers without power. You're taking a live look at the Avista outage map, where currently it shows more than 500 customers are affected in the Spokane area. Earlier around 6 o'clock, it was reported that more than 3,000 customers had lost their power. No cause on what exactly caused the outages or an estimated time for restoring that power 100%. Turning now to a look at weather. Happy Friday, everybody. Wet weather returns tonight and also this weekend. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick out on the Outdoor Weather Center for us tonight. So, Thomas, what can you tell us about this weekend coming up? Yeah, well, the weekend's going to have more rain chances as it is going to be warm again. But I'll tell you this first and foremost, it is getting pretty foggy out here for tonight. You might be able to tell a little bit in the studio lights, but, you know, kind of like the snow flurries from the other day. It might be a little hard to tell through the camera here. But I want to start with Doppler radar. We did see a few light snow showers earlier this evening. In fact, when I got to my car to go to work today, I think we had a 60-second snowstorm, or at least that's what it seemed like. No snow accumulations, though, and a lot of these snow showers are drifting to the northward across far North Idaho and parts of northeastern Washington. But the lingering moisture in the area, mostly from the melting snow today, is now forming fog out there for tonight. In fact, we have a quarter-mile visibility right now in Spokane with some developing fog in some other regions as well, including out of Coeur d'Alene. Doesn't look horrible, but you can definitely tell that the visibilities are down slightly just because of how much extra moisture there is. But rain chances is the priority for this upcoming weekend. Not a complete washout, but I will show you how to dodge those rain chances in an hour-by-hour breakdown of what's going to happen for this upcoming weekend. Well, in just 2 days, thousands of North Idaho residents will be able to get the coronavirus vaccine. Panhandle Health District leading the fight, with Kootenai Health also hosting clinics. Our Morgan Trow was in North Idaho all day today to tell us about the upcoming vaccine drive.
It was a 1 in a million chance, or rather 1 in 33,000.
It's like kind of like winning the lottery. I mean, I'm pinching myself when I actually have an appointment.
The U.S. Census says there are over 30,000 Kootenai County residents aged 65 and older. Robert Vincent was one of those lucky individuals that was in the right place at the right time.
And it said, "Do you want to make a reservation?" And I was like, yeah.
North Idaho will be administering around 2,800 doses of the coronavirus vaccine starting February 1st for residents aged 65 and older. Kootenai Health and the Panhandle Health District have partnered together to distribute the shots.
And so by the time I had got, and I did it at about 9:25 this morning, so I don't know when it became active.
The appointments went live on Kootenai Health's website at 9 this morning. All 1,000 appointments were booked within the hour. Kootenai Health says the amount of appointments on the website will be due to supply, and so the numbers of appointments may switch from week to week.
So what are you most looking forward to once you get the vaccine? Less fear, maybe the start to the county getting back to normal?
The second dose.
If you were like Vincent and able to make an appointment, on your designated day, come to Kootenai Services at 2205 Kootenai Health Way. Once inside, make your way down to the basement via elevator or stairs. They will not be accepting walk-ins. If you missed the sign up today, make a note in your calendar for every Wednesday around 4 in the afternoon. This is when more appointments are released on the Kootenai Health website. The team is asking for those who signed up to bring their ID for proof of residency and age, as this rollout is just for those 65 and older. Reporting in Coeur d'Alene, Morgan Trow, KREM 2 News.
All right, turning now to the results of the Johnson & Johnson Phase 3 COVID-19 vaccine trials, which are in. Data from those trials were based on about 44,000 participants, out of which only 468 contracted COVID-19. Now, the study looked at protection against both moderate and severe COVID-19 cases. The vaccine candidate was 85% effective in preventing severe cases of the disease in people of all ages and backgrounds 28 days after vaccination. Now, the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is a single shot and can be stored in a regular refrigerator. Results also revealed protection against multiple emerging virus variants, including the strain most recently discovered in South Africa. Now to an update today from the person in charge of the state school system about the plan for teachers to get vaccines. The state is working with Kaiser Permanente to prepare special sites just for school workers. There will likely be as many as 5 sites here in Spokane County at Kaiser facilities, and the idea is to have a plan in place for when teachers become eligible. But to be clear, this announcement does not mean they're jumping the line. They still have to wait at least until the state moves to the next tier of Phase 1B.
But definitely getting us launch ready on day one when we get the green light, so that we are more efficient when that happens, so that we can get all of our employees vaccinated this spring, and candidly to get schools open.
Now, we did ask what the plan would be to verify that people who go to these clinics are in fact educators. Right now, they say they're still working on that. They also said it will likely be at least 5 to 6 weeks before they expect teachers to get that green light. Looking ahead now to tomorrow, the Spokane Arena will reopen for COVID-19 testing. This after Chaz Health set up shop for the mass vaccination at the arena, which overflowed with people that halted the testing. Now, if you want to get tested for COVID-19, the drive-thru will resume tomorrow in the arena parking lot from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. As for how many vaccines will be available next week, Chaz is waiting to confirm the number of doses until they have the shipment in hand on Monday. So for more information on the mass vaccination site in Spokane, text the word vaccine to 509-448-2000. You can also use that same number to ask us any questions you have about the vaccination site at the Spokane Arena. Spokane County has now reached over 500 COVID-19 deaths. Another 5 deaths were reported today, bringing the total number to 503. 256 new cases also reported today. 100 people currently in the hospital. Meantime, over in North Idaho, Panhandle Health District reporting 95 new COVID cases today. 2 new deaths. Currently, 50 people are hospitalized in the Panhandle due to the coronavirus. Dr. Fauci and other health experts are warning of the increased risk of new COVID-19 strains, and many are asking if those existing COVID tests will still detect the new strains. We've had our Verify team digging into these questions. Here's our Jason Puckett.
We're talking about tests for COVID-19 today and whether they'll work on new strains of the virus. So why are we verifying this? Well, 2 new strains of the virus have been identified in the U.S., one from South Africa and one from Brazil. And viewer Vicky H asked us if the existing tests would still detect the new strains of COVID. So let's find out. Our sources are the CDC and Dr. Stuart Ray, a professor of medicine at Johns Hopkins. Dr. Ray explained that, quote, the diagnostic tests currently in use seem to detect these newer variants so far. The CDC explains further that current PCR tests have multiple targets to detect the virus. So even if a mutation causes a new strain, the tests will still work. So yes, if you have a new strain, the test will show positive for COVID. But Dr. Ray explained that they won't tell you which strain of the virus you have because, quote, sequencing of the virus to determine what variant it is remains relatively uncommon, end quote. So back to the question, will current diagnostic tests still detect new COVID-19 strains? Right now, the answer is yes. Our experts said that the diagnostic tests are still working, but they're continuing to test them on new strains in case that changes. With your Verify, I'm Jason Puckett.